Hola, bienvenidos. Welcome to track número 27. Let's begin.
How would you say the situation in Spanish?
La situación.
Situación.
Good. Yon is a feminine ending, so the word takes la for the. La situación. Good. Now in Spanish, adjectives describing words. Adjectives are words that describe, like big or yellow or happy. Words that we can put is in front of are adjectives describing words. These words come after the noun they describe in Spanish. So instead of saying the global situation, for example, you say the situation global. There's a bit of flexibility for emphasis as well, but the normal standard position is to come after the noun. So how would you say the global situation?
La
situación global.
situación global.
Good. La situación global. How would you say digital camera? Digital camera.
Cámara
digital.
Yeah, cámara digital. Good. Camera is feminine, so a digital camera is una cámara digital. So we have la for the and una for a. So how would you say, I want to buy a digital camera? What was the verb to buy?
Comprar. Compro una cámara digital.
Comprar.
Good. So I want to buy a digital camera.
Quiero comprar una cámara digital.
Good. Quiero comprar una cámara digital. How do you say I want to buy the digital camera?
Quiero comprar la cámara digital.
Quiero comprar la cámara digital.
Good. Quiero comprar la cámara digital. What if you wanted to say, I want to buy it, and with the it, you meant the digital camera?
I want to buy it. Quiero comprarla. Quiero comprarla.
Comprarla.
Good. So this lies it. There's a lot of words in Spanish for car, depending on where you are. It's one of the words that changes a lot between the dialects. But I think everybody understands all of the words that I heard. You might hear coche, which is related to coach. Carro, which of course is car. Carro. So we have two R's in carro. That's why we have this rolling
Carro.
R. You might hear auto. Where do you think auto coming from?
Automobile.
Of course, and
Auto.
it exists, automobile, but people would say auto. You might even
I was thinking of alto, tall, alto.
hear máquina, which means machine. So, machine, the
Máquina.
car, máquina. This is another example of the QU spelling, producing K sound. M-A-Q-U-I-N-A, máquina.
Máquina.
Good.
Máquina.
So there's a few words there for car, and you might hear others as well. Coche is masculine. So how would you say the car?
El coche.
coche.
Good. A for masculine words is un. 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 So a car.
Un coche.
Good. The machine, does máquina look masculine or feminine?
Feminine.
Good. So the machine,
La máquina.
La máquina.
la máquina. A machine,
Una
Una máquina.
máquina.
good. And does carro look masculine or feminine?
Carro. Masculine.
Masculine.
Good. So the car,
El carro.
el carro, a car,
Un carro.
Un carro.
un carro. Good. So it's the noun that has the gender, not the object. Of course, it's not the car that is masculine or feminine, it's the noun, it's the word itself. So even though all of these words refer to car, some are masculine and some are feminine. Big in Spanish is grande. Grande. Of course, we can relate this to
I
grand
like that word,
in
grande.
English. Grande. So, using any of these words that you like, How would you say the big car?
La macchina grande.
Good. La macchina grande. So, la macchina.
Beat me to it. La máquina grande. La máquina grande. Alright.
Grande. El auto grande. Now, if you say the big cars, this adjective is also going to become plural. How do you say the house?
La
La
casa.
casa.
Good. And how was the houses?
Las casas.
Las casas.
Good. So la also became plural. So las casas, if you say the big houses, big is also going to become plural.
Grandes.
So how would you say the big houses?
Las casas grandes.
Las casas grandes.
Good. Las casas grandes. The big car using auto.
El auto grande.
Good. El auto grande. The cars using auto, so a masculine word, you say los autos. So el becomes a los in plural. So how would you say the big cars?
Los carros grandes. Los carros grandes. Carro. Carros. It's carro. Carro becomes carros. The big. Give up. 1 second. Let's get back to it. Here's wet. Cheers wet. Alright. Let's see, the big cars. The big cars. Los carros grandes. I'm just wondering if the cars become plural.
Grandes.
Los autos grandes. Los carros grandes. Good.
They do. Los carros
If you want to say,
grandes.
can you see the big car? You can say, can you see? Or in Spanish, you can just say, do you see? We kind of overuse this can a lot in English. So, do you see the big car?
Ves carros grandes. Ves carros grandes. Or I don't know if he said it plural, but ves carros grandes.
Too informal.
Mm-hmm.
¿Ves el coche grande?
Good. You needed some time there to look at ves.
El coche grande. Do you see the car? I was missing the El coche grande. ¿Ves el coche grande?
This was the more common way, actually, of saying in Spanish. Ves el auto grande. But if you didn't have that time to think about it, even though it's more natural to say like this, it really doesn't matter, you could say, can you see? Now you would probably be quicker at building can you see than you see, because can is something very common that you're going to be using all the time. So in conversation, where you just want to get the meaning across, you might want to use this. So how would you say, can you see the big car?
Puedo.
Puedes ver.
Puedes. Ves. Carro grande. Puedes. Ves. Carro grande.
El coche grande.
Good. So puedo.
Puedo ves carro grande. Don't recall, but I believe I forgot the el again. So puedes ves. See, can you see? Puedes ves el coche auto máquina grande.
Okay, debo. These verbs that are followed by two versions that you're going to be using a lot, even though the sentence is longer, they are shortcuts. They are shortcuts in thought. Then once you become very confident with that, you're going to start noticing that people say things differently to you. So instead of, I can't find it, I don't find it. You will notice that yourself and your speech will adjust. But at the beginning, what you're trying to do is to be conversational and correct structurally. Once you get over that hurdle of being communicative, you're going to start noticing that people say things differently to you. So instead of, I can't find it, I don't find it. So you could say, I can't find it. How would you say, I can't find it? What was to find or to encounter?
Encontrar. If he didn't say encounter, I wouldn't have gotten it. Encontrar. No encontrar. No encontrarlo. I can't find it, I don't find it. Let's listen in.
Encontrar. So say, I can't find it.
No puedo encontrarlo.
Good. No puedo.
So no find it is what I said. No puedo. I can't. No puedo. No puedo encontrarlo. I wonder what the difference is between I can't find it and I don't find it.
Encontrarlo. This would be the shortcut. Even though it's longer, it's much easier to build no puedo encontrarlo, because puedo is something you're going to be using all the time, and then encontrar is in the to form. I don't find it. How would that be?
No lo encuentro.
No lo encuentro.
There it is. No lo encuentro. I don't find it. No lo encuentro. No lo encuentro versus no puedo encontrarlo.
Well, it's very useful to bear in mind these verbs like puedo, debo, which we can use with two forms, which give us a shortcut and allow us to get conversational very quickly. What was to remain?
To remain, quedar, Quedar, quedar.
Quedar, good. And I remain myself is how we get the meaning of I stay. So how do you say I stay?
Me quedar.
Quedarme.
I remain myself. I remain myself.
To remain, quedar me, to remain me. Quedar has the first form would be quedar, quedo, que. That I believe it's irregular, so that U changes to UE. Not sure. Let's see how the student figures this out. But I know that me comes first, and then there's the word.
Quedar.
What I remain?
Quedo.
What I remain myself?
Me quedo.
Me quiero. I'm having difficulty envisioning how that's spelled. Me quiero. That's I-E. So the U became an I-E. Quiero. Me quiero. Okay. Alright, let's continue.
What's happening?
I was thinking, okay, the me should go first, but it can't go first because the verb is in the to form. And I just got stuck.
Where do you start when you're building the sentence? With the verb. With who's doing that. So if you start with that, then it's not in the to form anymore.
Yeah.
So the order of thought is very important. The verb is the backbone. That's the first place you want to go. Quedo. I remain myself, me quedo. So me quedo is I stay. The word for red in Spanish is rojo. Rojo. This is spelled R-O-J-O. And J's in Spanish are pronounced J, like this. Rojo.
Rojo.
And we have the initial R,
Rojo.
so if you can do it, it will be the rolling R. Rojo.
Rojo.
Good.
Rojo.
So how would you say, I'm staying?
The way to pronounce the H-sounding letters in Espanol is quite the challenge.
In the red car. I'm staying in the car red. The word in is N, E-N. So let's divide it up. I'm staying only...
Me quiero. Quiero. No. Me quiero. Thinking of remain. Que quedar. I don't know why I think it's quiero. But I'm confusing that with I want, quiero. En carro. En el carro rojo.
I remain myself.
Me quedo
In
Quiero.
the red car, the car red. And let's use the word auto for car for now. So I'm staying in the red car, the car red.
I need to see that word spelled. Need some visual context here.
Me quedo en el auto rojo.
Good. Me quedo en el auto rojo.
Quedo. So that's a D. Okay. Quedar. Quedar. Quedo. So quiero and quedo. 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 Alright. Continuing on.
Good. How would you say I have stayed in the red car? I have stayed. I have remained.
I have. I have. I'm thinking of tengo que, but that's like possessive, and then there's the other. Let's hear how the student figures this
Remained
out.
myself in the red car. Again, we want to divide it up. I have remained myself. There's a lot to think about there in that first bit.
Me he quedado
In the red car.
en
Okay, so I have remained. So we went from present to past. Quedado. Me he. That is I have. Me he quedado en el carro rojo.
rojo.
Good. How do you say I have bought a red car? What is the verb to buy?
A comprar.
Comprar.
Comprar. Comprar.
Comprar. So I have bought a red car, and let's use auto. I have bought a red car.
He comprado.
He
El carro rojo.
un auto rojo.
Good. He comprado un, masculine word, un auto rojo.
I like
How would you say I have bought myself a red car?
Me he comprado un auto rojo.
Me he comprado un auto rojo. I've bought myself a red car. Very good.
Okay, so that is the end of track numero 27. Quite challenging, but pretty straightforward, I'd say. Worked on a bit of new bits of words there, and moving on to the next track. So, adios. See you there.